Hello and welcome to Tell the People, a program about our Catholic faith with news and information in and around the Catholic Diocese of Lafayette. I'm Stephanie Bernard. In today's show, Trista Littell interviews Blair Simon and Christopher Jean-Louis about the upcoming African American Catholic Youth Congress. Father Michael Champine's talk in this segment, What It Means to Be Catholic, is about the celebration of faith. And in a conversation with Bishop Michael Jarrell, Monsignor Richard Green interviews Bishop Jarrell about the ongoing USCCB meetings. And now, Catholic news on this November 11th weekend. St. Thomas More Catholic High School in Lafayette will host a free parents-only program focusing on anti-pornography measures from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday, November 14th. The session is intended to educate parents on the chemical addiction and damaging effects of pornography consumption and to provide tools to help them address this issue with their children and protect their families from the dangers of pornography. All parents throughout the Acadiana area are encouraged to attend. Please make plans to attend. For more information, call 232-8460. A comprehensive study of the Catechism of the Catholic Church will be held throughout the year of faith on select Thursdays from 7 to 8:30 p.m. at Our Lady of Sorrows Retreat Center in St. Martinville, 420 North Main Street. The classes will be taught by Father Champagne and are free of charge. No registration is required. The scheduled dates for the remainder of 2012 are November 15th and 29th and December 13th and 20th. For more information, please call 394-6550. 2 men's work days have been scheduled for Our Lady of Sorrows Retreat Center in St. Martinville. The days will be conducted on November 17th and December 15th, with each day beginning at 8 a.m. and concluding at approximately 4 p.m. Mass will be celebrated at 12 noon and lunch will be provided. All men are encouraged to lend a hand with carpentry, plumbing, electrical, painting, and concrete work. For more information, please call Community of Jesus Crucified at 394-6550. Christmas may still seem far away, but the Lafayette Diocesan Office of Justice and Peace is encouraging everyone to mark their calendars for the Child Smile deadline. Child Smile is an annual project to solicit donations of Christmas gift boxes for children whose parents have been incarcerated. The gifts are then distributed to the children at a special private party closer to the holidays. The deadline to donate gifts for this year's Child Smile project is December 5th. Donations may be dropped off at the front desk of the Immaculata Center in Lafayette between its operating hours of 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 8:30 a.m. to 12 noon on Friday. Some suggestions for items to place in the gift boxes include dolls, stuffed animals, CDs or DVDs, costume jewelry, watches, and gift cards. Please refrain from including items that are secondhand, breakable, liquid, or perishable, as well as toy weapons. For further details on how to contribute to the Child Smile Project, please contact the Office of Justice and Peace at 261-5545. Coming up next, Trista Littell interviews Blair Simon and Christopher Jean-Louis about the upcoming African American Catholic Youth Congress.
Welcome to Inside the Diocese. I'm Trista Littell, and joining me today we have Blair Simon and Christopher Jean-Louis, who will be speaking with us today about the African American Catholic Youth Congress. We're so happy to have you with us today. So Blair, tell me, I understand that the annual event sponsored by the Diocese of Lafayette is a peer-on-peer leadership program. When will this event be held?
This event is going to be held on November 17th at St. Thomas More Catholic High School. It's going to be an all-day event from 8 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock at night.
Great. And Christopher, who is going to be the keynote speaker this year?
The keynote speaker is going to be Ansel Augustine, who is the Associate Director of the CYO Office and Coordinator for Black Youth and Young Adult Ministry in the Archdiocese of New Orleans.
Blair, could you tell us about some of the workshops that the youth facilitators are going to put on?
The workshops that we'll be putting on some of them are on anger management, black on black violence, stereotyping, the pros and cons of social networking.
Well, I know there are others. Would you like to share some of those with us, Christopher?
Yes, some of the others are evangelization, the truth about abortion, and we also have one on financial literacy.
Now, I understand that both of you will be facilitating some of the workshops. Would you like to share with us, Blair, what you might be facilitating for that day?
Yes, ma'am. I've been working on the pros and cons of social networking. Basically, we're just going to tell how social networking can be a good thing, but it can also have bad effects as well.
I see. Now, Christopher, what will you be facilitating?
I will be doing the anger management workshop, where we will be discussing what makes you angry, how to deal with that anger, and doing all that in line with how our Catholic faith teaches us to deal with the problems that we have.
Well, both of you are very active, I'm sure, in your school. Would you please tell us what school you go to, Blair, and some of the activities that you're involved in?
I'm a senior at Lafayette High School.
Great.
I've been a part of Student Council, the Health Occupation Students of America, National English Honor Society, Habitat for Humanities, Link Crew, and I also have 2 jobs. One of them is a sales associate at Aeropostale in the mall, and an usher at the Hyman Center.
Gosh, you're a busy girl. What about you, Christopher?
I'm also a senior at Catholic High School in New Iberia. I am a member of the Alive Campus Ministry team, where we put on retreats and facilitate all of the school masses and basically help to keep a faith-filled environment in our school. I'm also a member of the National Beta Club, National Honor Society, Key Club, Octagon Club, and I'm the captain of the Quiz Bowl team at our school, and I'm also a manager for varsity football and basketball.
And you find time to be involved with all of this. Tell me, y'all been doing a lot of things in preparation for this. What are some of the things y'all been doing?
Yes, ma'am. We've been meeting every Sunday at 3 o'clock or sometimes 2 o'clock, working with a group of about 60 facilitators, working on our workshops, practicing skits and singing songs and dancing and things of that nature.
Do you have anything you'd like to add to that, Christopher?
Well, I just think that it's a really good experience, for everybody who is going to attend. I encourage everyone to attend. A whole lot of hard work goes into it, but it all ends up being worth it in the end, when we can see those smiling faces on November 17th when everyone is enjoying the day. So.
And you are actually following suit with the Year of Faith, helping to build and evangelize our Catholic faith.
Yes,
and y'all are such a large group. You have all of these different workshops, and if it's peer-to-peer leadership, then y'all have quite a team, don't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
God, that's great. And so how long have you been doing this in preparation?
We've been meeting every Sunday since about the beginning of September.
Since the beginning of September. Well, what will the day be filled with, Blair?
The day is going to be filled with lots of singing and dramatic interpretations and liturgical dancing.
Now, do you do any of that yourself?
We all do the singing.
You do? Now, Christopher, I know you said the event would take place on Saturday, November 17th from 8 to 6 at St. Thomas More Catholic High School, which is at 450 East Farrell Road in Lafayette. Is there a cost affiliated with it?
Yes, there is early registration, which ends on November 5th, and it's $35, and that includes a t-shirt, a program booklet, and lunch for the day. And if you register after November 5th, it costs $40, and none of that is included.
Christopher, will there be any type of follow-up to this event?
Well, yes, we actually do help with the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Mass in January, where we do provide, our choir does provide the music, and we do also do the readings.
That's great. That's great. I'm just so happy to see how involved you all are. Do you have anything else that you'd like to add or share before we get ready to close in a little while?
I just think that this day is going to be a great day for all the African American youth, and that they should come and take part in it.
Now, what are the ages that people are invited to attend?
Like middle school and high school, about?
Usually 8th grade and up. You know, most of our youth are, from 9th through 12th, but we do have a few 8th graders who come along who are involved with their youth groups in their churches and such.
Oh, that's great. Well, we certainly want to thank you for joining us. Y'all give us a lot of hope for the future, seeing how involved you are, and you still have all this energy to share your love of your faith, of your Catholic faith. So we want to thank you. And we would ask those of you that are hearing this to join them. Please pre-register. It's going to be a wonderful day on November 17th from 8 to 6 at St. Thomas More Catholic High School, the African American Catholic Youth Congress. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Trista, Blair, and Christopher. Coming up next, Father Michael Champine's talk in this segment, What It Means to be Catholic.
Good morning and welcome back to Tell the People to What It Means to be Catholic. We're treating an introduction to the Catechism of the Catholic Church in our November series, and we're treating today the second part of the 4 parts of the Catechism, that of the celebration of the Christian mystery, or the celebration of our faith. The faith that we profess needs to be celebrated. And so we know that Christ did not just reveal the Father to us through words, but he revealed not only about how we ought to live and what we ought to do, but through deeds, actions. And so Christ did things. He touched people and he says, be healed. And of course, he felt a flow of blood issue from his body to cure the woman with the issue of blood. And so we see Jesus' activity. The night before he died, he took bread, he blessed it, he broke it, and he distributed it. He says, take this, all of you, and eat it. This is my body. This is my blood with the chalice. Jesus gave us certain commands, like for example in Matthew 28, go therefore, making disciples, teaching them all that I taught you, baptize them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And of course Jesus, they said, did baptisms. And in Mark's Gospel, the disciples were anointing people with oil and they were getting well. And so we see the activity of Jesus. And this is manifested and continued down the centuries in the church through the sacraments. The sacraments are these like streams that gladden, runlets that gladden the city of God. It's from the side of Christ. The church keeps her lips pressed, as it were, and continues to drink water with joy from the side of her Savior. And so Christ's actions are continuing to be made present down the centuries in his church, through the sacraments. And so the second section of the Catechism treats celebrating the mystery of our faith, celebrating what we believe through the sacraments. And so it has 2 sections. The second pillar has 2 sections. The first one is an introduction. It speaks about liturgy itself. And liturgy, all the sacraments form what we call liturgy. And even in an extended way, we have